Okay, hey everyone, I am back. It's Sunday afternoon. It's a little bit overcast. It's raining, drizzling rather, light rain, and thunder in the background. But I thought I would pop on to do another update for you. The time the time is flying. Time, incidentally, is the first poem actually in my book, but the time is just going. It has been a little over 3 weeks. Today is the 27th. The book was released on the 31st, so it has been a little over 3 weeks since it was released on Amazon. And so I'll be just sharing with you in this video some of how I've been spending my time really during the period from then to now, and just basically learning really. I'm just been in a learning phase, all of this being new to me, so I figured out what I share would be of interest to some other new or first time writer out there. Okay, so as you can tell from the title, I've been doing a little bit of research, and I have also had some feedback. So let me start by going over to the book page on Amazon. Okay, so this is the Kindle page, and what I have since found out from the research has to do with the ranks. I have been spending my time trying to create awareness of the book, being new and not having an audience or targeted reader, so to speak. And so I have been spending time marketing. So in my last video I mentioned a couple of the platforms that I have set up behind the scenes to assist me with that. The Instagram posts, the mailing lists, email contacts, and all of that helps. The biggest help, though, that I understand now from the research has been that when the ebook came out, somehow I got launched onto the bestsellers rank in spot number 84, and I think that is what helped with sales initially. So I was wondering about that, because it's really a mystery how it got there, and it took me by surprise, as you can tell in the video that I have about when the ebook went live. And someone said to me that it could all initially have had to do with the keywords that I chose. And so I have made a mental note of those keywords, because as I said to myself, okay, well, if it works for the first book, then I should bear those in mind for the second. So that's one point. The second point is that they rank you in categories. So it's now dropped. It's number 122 in Caribbean and Latin American poetry, number 576 in religious and inspirational poetry, number 918 in women's poetry, and overall in the Kindle store 1 million out of all of the books that there are in the Kindle store. So you'll notice initially when I uploaded in two categories only: women's poetry and religious and inspirational poetry. And from research, I understand that you can add up to 10 categories. I did a little bit of checking and realized that another category that is relevant for me would be the Caribbean and Latin American poetry, which basically was you had to choose your region, and these two, I'm in the Caribbean, these two are linked together. So I chose that category, and immediately again it launched me up very close under the number 100 mark in that category, whereas the others have fallen. So this would be another aspect, I think, to create awareness, is to check your book categories to make sure that they are relevant and they pertain to the content that you have in your book. I'm thinking also of adding a fourth one because of the fact that I have a journal included at the back of the book with question prompts, and so from research I understand that this could be viewed as a sort of a self-help, because the prompts were prompting readers to examine and search within themselves questions that applied to the poem, the themes of the poem. So I'm looking to see if there's another category, a fourth one that I can add, to see if that would help in making the visibility of the book. Also important to note is the fact that although you may be, say for example, 122 in Caribbean poetry here in the bestsellers rank, when I click on that it takes me to the page overall to list the top 100. So I wouldn't be in there because I'm 122, but if you scroll down a bit it gives you the new releases. So when you select the new releases, it says Amazon Hot New Releases updated hourly. When I examine that, scroll down a bit, here it is, just past it, I'm actually at number 10 on the list of hot new releases. So that's a good thing as well, that has been helping me out, because it's getting visibility there, being listed in the new releases as well. Although from a best-selling point of view, I'm lying at number 122, is it? Let's go back. Let me just check one more to see whether it applies to the other one. I'm trying to get back to the Kindle page. It's moving a little slow today, the Wi-Fi. This one says number 576. Let me see if I would still be on the new releases list, although I'm far down at number 576 in the best selling. Let's see, scrolling. Okay, so this might have fallen off the new release list. That's the top 50. Let me go to the next 50 and see if possible whether it's there. Okay, so it's not there in this listing at all. So it's only visible in the new release listing for Caribbean and Latin American poetry. Okay, so that's one thing to note when you're looking at the marketing aspect. The other thing is that there is another ranking that is given to the paperback edition. Now the paperback came out 8 days later, so if I select that, you'll see that I would have thought that there would be some correlation with the Kindle version, but no, this one has its own different set of ranking all over for the paperback. So the ranking for the paperback is 1,502 overall, number 550 in Caribbean, 2659, and 3273 in Poetry by Women. So your paperback, this could be because it was came out 8 days later, or maybe has nothing at all to do with that. But the important thing to note is that the bestsellers rank for your paperback is different from your bestsellers rank for your Kindle edition. So right now the Kindle has a higher rank, and it could be because it's light reading, and most persons would prefer the Kindle version for that, or it may have nothing to do with what I just said. So that's part of the research that I've been doing. I have also been checking out my insights that I get from the Instagram page. I saw a video from another YouTube channel, Book Launchers, and it mentioned the whole fact about looking into reader research. You have to know, get into the mind of your readers, who are your readers and what they are looking for in your book. Now this is something initially that I don't think I gave any thought to. I'll leave a description link in that video for you to check for yourselves. But so I thought I'll do some research on that, who my ideal readers would be. They mention it's important not to just loop everybody. I can't just say my book is for everybody. You have to say, get more specific. So even for me, I can't say that it's for all poetry lovers, because there are different types of poetic forms, so persons may be interested in a specific type. So these are some little areas to consider when you're writing as well. Who are you writing for? Who your book is for? And it's important to know and be aware of that. So I'll insert the clip here of what I found out from doing a little research on the Instagram account. Alright, I'm over here on my Instagram account, and I will show you where I got the information about the readers, just basic reader research from this. Now this account I have just recently been posting and letting persons be aware of the book. So I have the trailer and been posting pics of the images of the book and so on, letting persons be aware. Now it is set up as a business account, and apparently that's the only type of account that will allow you to get the insights as to what's happening. So you'll notice that over here there is in the middle there's a button for insights. When I press on insights, so the data comes up, and it gives you highlights as to what has happened or what has been happening so far. So I thought I could use this for the basic reader research, because it would tell me about the persons who have been coming on to read and look at this site, or maybe particularly be the ones that are interested then in the book. So for instance, it says an overview between in the last 7 days compared to the period before. Oh, it's starting to rain now in the background, but I'll continue. So it's in the last 7 days I have reached 47 accounts and had 10 content interactions, and I have a total of 112 followers, and that has increased. So if I click the arrows, for instance, let me look at the accounts that I've reached. It tells you your impressions, and your impressions is the number of persons that have read or paid attention to what's on the screen or in your post, even for a brief moment. And so impressions has increased to 17.3%. I've had 108 impressions. I've had 18 persons visit a profile to see what it's all about, and so on. So that is giving you a bit of information that persons are interested in looking at the book. But the one that I think that gave me some information, here it is. It's the followers. Out of the 112 persons who like what they saw and decided to follow, it says here 112 versus, there was an increase versus September 20. Holy red and green and blue line interacting, but this is what I was interested in. Locations. So it gave me an idea of the markets by clicking on countries. 33% of the followers are from the United States. This is interesting. 19% from India, 9.7% United Kingdom, 7.5% in Jamaica, where I'm from, and 5.4% in Canada. Just below that now is the age range, and that is also providing useful information for me as to the persons who are reading it. And if you notice, it says readers, the largest percentage falls in the age group 25 to 34. That's the largest percentage group that are interested. Very closely behind that is the young adults group, 18 to 24, and followed by the 35 to 44 age group. So that gives me a little idea as well of the target. Obviously I should be targeting, say, persons between the 25 to 34 age group. They are more interested in seeing what it is all about. The other thing is the gender. 67% of the followers are women and 33% are men. And this also gives you when are the most active times to post. That is an Instagram related issue, but all the days seem even, so posting any day, it doesn't matter, it's not affecting it. So that was a little bit of reader research that I was able to get, knowing what age group seems to be interested, what gender seems to be interested, and which marketplace to target, because it has United States, India, and United Kingdom, and locally Jamaica is a lower percentage for me, although I'm here. So I thought I'd share that with you. Maybe you could look into your Instagram to see account to see what sort of basic, this is very basic reader information that you can get from it. From Amazon, there's nothing in Amazon report right now that is telling me in the KDP account that is telling me where my readers are from or what age group or anything. It's just giving me sales figures, so I can see on a daily basis whether a sale was made or not. So that's what I'm getting from the Amazon KDP account. Someone suggested I need to look into the Author Central account, whether that gives you more information like geography and location. But what I was trying to find out more about is who would be my ideal reader, or who would be interested in a book of the sort that I have written. So it was all very useful, and I spent quite a bit of time delving into that. If you don't know by now, apart from writing, I also like figures quite a bit, so I get excited when I see figures. So that's the information that I was able to get about the readers from just the Instagram account, and I was able to do that because of the timing, knowing that I just revived the account when the book was released. So I know that all of this activity comes from that particular period of time. Okay, well, I hope you found that information somewhat helpful for anyone on a self-publishing journey like myself. The last bit of research that I'll speak to had to do with ads, because all of what I've been doing so far is what could be done on a budget. It's basically all of it was free, all this information that I've received and what I've done and set up so far in terms of platforms. But to go the extra mile now, there would be need for ads to promote if you want your book to reach a wider audience, because as I showed you a while ago, the Instagram account only had impressions in the hundreds. So I guess the ads, like Amazon ads and Facebook ads, their promise to you is that they can get those ads out to maybe persons in the thousands or tens of thousands for that matter. And so that's where the paid ads come in. I have been looking at quite a few of the videos on how to do it. Some are a bit complex in terms of doing campaigns and ads like that. But it's also a little bit scary, because I've seen some persons describe how they paid out a lot in these ads and made no dent in sales. So being a first-time author, I am not looking to expend or pay out to that extent to reach tens of thousands as yet. I think I would just want to see what happens. There's a term for it, organically. What can happen for me and the book organically before I move to trying out the experience of the paid ads. Both Amazon, Facebook, and Instagram also have sponsored ads that you could try. So that's food for thought at a later date with regards to all of the research that I've been doing. And so I am tired. I'm tired of researching. I want to get back to writing. So I'll talk a little bit about the feedback that I've had, which led me to get back to writing. Let me head over to the NaNoWriMo page. Okay, Camp NaNoWriMo July 2020 was where I left off with the second book, and I had stopped at 2,423 pages. The feedback that I have gotten has been very encouraging so far. Persons have told me that they have enjoyed the book. These are friends and subscribers here on YouTube. Some have also said to me that they were just getting warmed up and they were looking for more. So that's a good and a bad thing. It means that they like the content and they actually want to see more of it. It could also mean that the book in itself was probably too short, but I've always said it was a quick read. So that's what I need to consider now when I'm thinking for the second book, and bear that in mind. One person even mentioned, this was a male, and this made me chuckle a bit. He said he took the book along with him to a doctor's appointment, and he actually read the book in the office. He also wanted it to be a little longer, so I chuckle at that at the thought of someone actually taking my book along with them to relax their appointment, and I'm flattered where that is concerned. But the feedback is that it is something then that can be quickly read at that time, and it possibly could be considered like a coffee table type of book, something that's there to catch somebody's eye to read, something that's useful as a gift idea maybe for a friend and so on. So I'm taking all of that into account, and so that led me right back to beginning the writing. All of those words of encouragement led me heading back to get going on number 2. And so I did. Now, what Nano did is, I thought I could just come on and update from this point, but it says writing has ended. So what I had to do is create a new project rather, or challenge. And so I created Poetry Book 2 Continuing Draft. But the problem with that is that it picked up from 0. So I had to, what I did, I don't know, is to literally put in the words where I left off from. So on this day, September the 25th, this was the day I started to write again, I put back in the 2,423 words that I had already completed. And on the day itself, I actually wrote 87 words. And that's it. I have not written again since the 25th, today being the 27th. So hopefully Monday morning bright and early, I get back in the spirit of building up some more words on book number 2, because I have readers who are waiting on me. Okay, this has been a long video, probably my longest. I hope some of it has been useful for you. I hope that you're all working away on your project. I realize that it's almost 1 year since I started this whole thing, in that November is coming up for November NaNoWriMo month. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. Most likely it's gonna be has to do with this book too. I'm not sure what stage I'll reach, but I did set a lofty quote-unquote goal. If you look up here, I decided this time around I'll be aiming for 10,000, because my readers are telling me that they want it a little bit longer, they want more to read. So I'm not sure if I can build up or graduate as yet to a full-length novel, but I said, okay, let me try and aim for 10,000. The first one actually ended up just under 7,700. So it's not much of a stretch to get, I guess, from there to 10,000. But that's what I put in as the goal. And Nano actually only allowed me to set that goal up until the end of October, 31st of October. I guess because the Nano month is November. So it remains to be seen. My favorite phrase, we shall see whether I get to 10,000 by the end of October. And if I do, then what does it mean? Does it mean I'll just be editing then for November NaNoWriMo? And by now you know that I see NaNoWriMo's challenges as holding me accountable for getting something done. So I'll be forever grateful to the challenge. That's where I started out last year, and that's doing that all along. And the different camps, I did April camp, July camp, all of that led to me being able to release the book on the end of August. So I'm one of those who is on board with the whole NaNoWriMo concept. Mind you, I always adapt to whatever I'm doing. I've never done the 50,000 keywords. I just adapt it to whatever it's doing and hold myself accountable for that. So I'll see you there if you're joining this year again. And do let me know how you're getting on with your projects. And as always, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video and the comments. Bye.